Welcome to the Nightly Rant. I'm Mike.
And I'm Torya.
This is the show where we talk about the awful things that have happened in our day, the awesome things that have happened in our day,
and all the things in between.
Thanks for listening, and we truly hope you enjoy.
YPN people, I don't know about you, but I love helping out a friend. That's why I want to shout out my friend Brian Little and his podcast, Your Favorite Blockhead. This is the only show that manages to weave together peanuts and MMA into one heck of an amazing podcast. You can find Your Favorite Blockhead wherever your favorite podcasts reside and at yourfavoriteblockhead.com. Do me a huge favor and listen to Brian's show. You'll be entertained and you'll help out a friend. Now, as I said, let's get into today's topic.
So it's been an eventful kind of week.
Yeah, it's felt really, really busy, but I think that's because there's a lot of big things.
Yes, and a lot of things that require me to be somewhere outside of the home or office.
Yes, which is kind of unpleasant.
Like with today, with the whole go take Alyssa to school, bring Mitchell back here, go get Alyssa from school, bring her back here, then leave here, go to the doctor, wait at the doctor, then after waiting at the doctor, drop them at school, then go back to school an hour later because Alyssa's project had to be food and it was in the refrigerator, so to bring it back, and then an hour and a half later, go back and pick her up, then take her to her mom's house, and then just barely gave us enough time to wind up going, picking Mitchell up and coming home. Like literally that's what I did from 6 o'clock this morning until about 4 o'clock in the afternoon.
You had a fun one. And then yesterday, we had the whole freaking day of work, and then things, and then we had the city council meeting, which we'll get to in a minute, and then we had Bean's dog training until 9 p.m.
Yeah, we got home really late. I was tired. You were tired.
And that means you don't go to bed till like 11, and you still get up at 4.
Yep.
I just can't.
Now, it happened.
Back to that city council meeting.
It happened.
What happened?
She was served with the recall papers.
That's kind of exciting and interesting. I think this is officially the most views I've ever gotten on a Facebook post in 24 hours, by the way.
Yeah, for a city that allegedly doesn't give a damn about the recall, they actually seem to give a damn about the recall.
They do, yes. Like a big dam. A big, big, big dam.
But as predicted, their response is, to my opinion, weak. It's all about attacking the messenger.
Yeah.
So as to distract from the message.
Right.
Have at it, bro.
Which is why I'm more than happy to be the messenger.
As I say, have at it. Attack the messenger if you'd like.
She can't attack me for anything. She can't call me sexist because I'm female. She can't call me against people who immigrated here because, Canadian.
She can say you're racist.
That's about it, and I don't really give a shit. I've been called racist my entire life by people who were trying to shut me up, so I don't really care.
Yeah, I mean, from my perspective, I feel as though they're trying to make it so that everyone pays attention to the individuals involved rather than the issues involved. And every single defensive post today was about, I think you're a bitter person. I think that you're jumping the gun. People are innocent until proven guilty, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Not a single person addressed the issues.
I think that's why the Recall Sunny Park page is so important, because a lot of the commenting, etc., can be done by that page, and then it's not an individual. It's the cause commenting on things, and that makes it a lot more difficult for anybody to attack an individual.
Yeah. And the long and the short of it, though, I mean, it's pretty simple. They don't have a good defense against the issues. We'll wait to see the answer. That ought to be really interesting.
When does she have to answer by?
I believe she has 7 days to answer. I don't remember the timing on it, but the answer's pretty quick. So it'd be interesting to see the answer because she doesn't really have a defense against these things.
Well, her comments last night make Jesus her defense.
Well, yeah, and that's the other thing is there's a person working for their side of things who also worked for their side of things during the campaign. I remember this name. And that person is making the claim that all kinds of people stood up. They're inferring that it was all sorts of people stood up and blamed the former mayor and her supporters for doing an unfair recall, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, the video proves that 3 people got up and spoke. Dr. Val.
Yep.
And what Dr. Val said was, well, Sunny Park was in the election with me and Virginia Vaughn, and Sunny Park won the election. Well, nobody disputes that, Dr. Val. It's pretty freaking obvious that Sunny Park won the election, because if Sunny Park hadn't won the election, there wouldn't be a need for a recall. Wonder what that's about.
It's not, okay, I said this comment last night. It's not Donald Trump and Hillary Clinton. There's no one disputing who won this election.
Correct. So then the second person who stood up and spoke was council member Connor Trout himself, and he had prepared remarks.
And this was supposed to be a
Remarks.
surprise, which means, since they heard this might happen, he's been carrying around prepared remarks in his pocket.
At every meeting.
Yeah, whatever. I can't even.
It's just crazy. And then that guy brings the comment, this is an act of racism against the Koreans in our community. So let me get this straight. Saying that person right there is a liar and a thief.
Is racist.
That's racist?
So everybody out there listening, if you think that's racist, you should probably turn off our podcast right now, because I really don't want you to be listening, because I'm about to call you an idiot.
I don't even understand how they could even in good faith go there.
You could be white, Korean, Chinese, Native American, Icelandic, British, Canadian. If you steal frickin' campaign signs, you're a frickin' thief. You man, woman, child, old person. I don't give a fuck. You're a thief.
Well, and if you say things that aren't true,
You're a liar.
you're a liar.
So if you think that calling someone a thief and a liar makes you racist, then you're an idiot.
So I have the perfect time to introduce something to this show that I've been meaning to introduce for a while. And I'm going to have to do some kind of commercial for this so that I don't forget it all the time. But you should call us and leave us a message on our hotline, 657-529-2218. It's the Yogi's Podcast Network hotline, 657-529-2218.
Does our hotline accept texts too?
Yes.
That's
Texts
awesome.
and phone calls. So hit it up and let us know what your thoughts are on this recall. But hey, so the recall is over, and I really had no interest in sitting there listening to people moan and groan.
Though I wish we would have at this point.
Nah, I don't. I liked watching it on video afterwards. It was much more peaceful. But as we're leaving, without naming any names,
Quote unquote homeless
the
advocate.
famous homeless advocate who just 3 years ago was at a neighborhood watch meeting with you and I, talking about how she wants to chase the rubbish out of her neighborhood and how awful these homeless people are and how disgusting these homeless people are.
And how they're decreasing everyone's property values and that they're the worst and all this good stuff.
And now
went
she's an
on and
advocate
on
for the
and
homeless.
on.
Now, okay, you know what? Maybe you could change your mind, but here's what I think. Someone along the line decided they wanted to run for political office. So the one thing that I can definitely say is they decided to choose an issue to get behind, and wisely, they chose one of the hot button issues.
What I always love is when she tells you she's been a homeless advocate for way longer than you have.
Yeah.
But 2 years, that's being very generous with how long it's been, is not greater 190 years.
Hey, even if you say the day after that meeting she changed her mind, it would be 3.
But I think 2 is being generous. Because I think the homeless advocacy started when the riverbed issue started to be a big deal.
Yeah, I tend to agree with you on that. But as we're leaving, she has to make a snide comment to me. One that makes absolutely no sense.
Catch you on the flip side.
Her comment just literally made no sense to me at all. Because first of all, what part of her makes her think that I care what she has to say? And secondly, what the hell does it mean? It has no meaning.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense. She's a giant idiot, so there's that.
there's things that we won't talk about, but ultimately there's going to be some things that are going to be pretty funny to laugh about. So, probably around episode 600-ish of the Nightly Rant, there's going to be some funny times related to this issue.
When this person runs for public office, we can name names, right? Because then they're a public figure. Just kidding. I know. We only name names when we're saying positive things.
I have no interest in naming names on this issue. I'm flabbergasted that they would think, okay, my opinion, all right? I'm walking through a hallway and I see somebody that I know does not at all like me, does not care for me. Snide comment. Why would I make a snide comment? Do they care? No, they don't. What you would do if you really want to piss somebody off who's opposed to you is be nice and friendly to them. That's why when our esteemed city council member shakes my hand, I shake her hand back and I say hello. But you'll notice that I do not stop and chit-chat.
I do think that part of last night was pretty funny. You walked in and you got the warmest of greetings from said city council member. And there was a lot of presentations. So 45 to 50 minutes later, you were handing her service.
Well, yeah, it's pretty funny. But my point is that the best way is just be nice. Be the bigger person. When you know that I can't stand you and that there's no way that I'm going to have any respect for you. I mean, this is a person who is so into the preaching to the choir and having the choir preach to them that they block everybody in the entire city.
Well, I was just thinking back on it. Nothing she's ever said to us was genuine. Nothing she's ever said to us was the 100% truth.
No.
Everything has been stretched massively. Even if there was 5% truth, it's been stretched so that it didn't make any sense anymore. Like all of it. Stretched. Everything. From day one.
Well,
when she was I'm
not even sure I'd say it was stretched. I think it's all a show.
Well, yeah. And then
I think there's very little based in reality there.
Right. And then do you remember when she came to that one meeting that we were at too? And she breezed in super late and she's I'm so busy. I can't stay. And she stayed there for 10 minutes, bragged about herself, and then bailed.
Yep. I remember that like it was yesterday. But yeah, that topic is like several others that we've encountered. And it's just something that after today, I just don't even want to talk about.
Got it.
This is it. Now, hey, let's have a conversation here because, again, people can call that number that I mentioned earlier, 657-529-2218, and let me know your thoughts on this particular topic. So I've been wondering if some of the moments that we've captured on audio shouldn't be used in some manner that if someone were to go to Patreon and pay $1 a month, that we just post those things there just really cheap because maybe the listeners want to hear that stuff.
So let us know if that's something you'd be interested in.
So tell us what your thoughts are. What would make you excited enough to bust $1 out of your wallet? Just $1.
Yeah, let us know.
Be sure to go to yogispodcastnetwork.com. We have podcast related products there. We have some political related products there. We have, hey, I just realized something. Did we ever get the merch?
We have merch.
Site link up there?
I don't know if we got the link out there.
We need the link up there, man. We need a little banner ad on the side. I bet we'd sell some of that
merch,
stuff.
people.
But
we have
we have this stuff, and a lot of them, I'm just warning you ahead of time, when you click the link, we make a little commission off of it, but it's at no additional cost to you. So if you buy something that's $50, you're paying $50.
You can find our t-shirts on Amazon if you're looking now, and we don't happen to have the link up yet, by the way.
Just search for Yogi's Podcast Network,
yes,
and you'll find the merch. And you can leave us a email as well to let us know what kind of designs you might like. info@yogispodcastnetwork.com. I think we need, and Brian, I know you're going to listen. So, okay, Torya, close your ears. You're not allowed to listen to this. You ready? Okay, here we go. Brian, it's just you and me, bro, and the millions of other people out there. I think we need at least one set of merch, and I'm talking shirt, hoodie, mug, bumper sticker, whatever. I don't know what they offer, but those things where it's Yogi meets the blockhead. Think we need it. I think we need it.
Joke's on you, I was listening the whole time, but with Brian's permission, we could use that fancy comic that he had made of the blockhead and the Yog of Dogs.
Well, we are officially on air asking for that permission. So, Brian, when this episode gets launched, even though I know you listen to every episode like the religious fan that you are, and I appreciate it, I do return the favor, my friend. I do return the favor.
I will 100% make you a custom t-shirt.
But we would like your permission to do that. So send it our way. We will do that. Anyway, I think that one thing we need to close out the show with tonight is a little positivity, because let's face it, a recall and a crazy lunatic, those are not positive things. And really, I, these days, don't need more negative. I only need positive. So I am happy to have more positive in my life. Here's what I think. That guy over there, it's laying next to you, that gangly, deer red, complete 100%, can't pinpoint a breed, has giant ears that flip up in the air when he looks at you, cutest boxer-looking face I've ever seen. Beans went to manners class again last night. And that guy right there, that guy, he learned how to stay on his sit for a longer time, and he does the touch thing, and he knows come, he knows his name, and he learned last night, Beans learned, blankets will feed you.
Magical blankets.
If you handle them the right way.
Magical blankets.
And the boy picked it up quickly. Now, the one thing that he was being a stubborn giant jackass about still is going down. And the second thing he's being a stubborn giant jackass about is she had us do this thing where you put the treat on the ground, and as soon as a dog moves towards it, you cover it. Then when they move away, you uncover it. And the idea is you're teaching them to have restraint. And what they do is if they look at you, then you can allow them to eat the food. You tell them, good boy, go ahead. And they can eat the food. But you don't do that unless they look at you. Well, last night, that dog would not look at you. He did it exactly once, and I'm convinced it was by accident.
It was by accident.
But today, you did it one time. You put it on the ground. You covered it. He moved away. He looked right at you like, please. And then boom, he did it. And it's interesting because you even said it. The trainer lady said it's much harder out there in the parking lot because there's too many distractions.
There's 2 other dogs, plus all the dogs at the shelter barking, plus traffic, plus people walking by, plus bird, plus mystery cats making bush sounds.
And that's why practicing at home is so important for getting the animal to know what they're doing. Now, with that said, I want you guys to go to dachshundsandfriends.org, and I want you to look through some of the articles that are there. And by the way, you can find our puppy dogs on Pet Finder. So Google Pet Finder. I'm not sure. I think it's petfinder.com.
Yes.
But Google it just to be sure.
And you can specifically search by Dachshunds and Friends.
And you can search by Dachshunds and Friends. And we have some great dogs that are looking for homes. We have one really sweet dog who, if you're from anywhere near Oceanside, California, isn't that where it was? Or is it Del Mar? Well, same thing. Del Mar is in Oceanside. Near Oceanside.
He's looking for a foster.
But we need a foster for this dog who needs to go to therapy a few times a week.
And
by going to therapy, he will be able to walk again.
He's a sweetie.
He's a very sweet,
very cute,
sweet looking puppy dog. So we love puppy dogs.
And his name is Buddy.
I saw a great meme today. It said that when I was younger, I never knew that I would grow up to be a dog collector.
Yeah, Dachshunds and Friends posted that on their Facebook page.
Is that who posted it?
Yes.
Yeah, that's some funny stuff right there. So if you love doggies, that's where you go. And by the way, I just wanted to say too that if you like cats, Petco, all the Petcos, they always have cages of
rescue cats,
and they have kittens and all that fun stuff. So if you want a cat, go there and adopt the cat. Or get it from a kill shelter, because they will kill those poor babies, and we don't want them. We don't want them killed. That's what we got Miss Olive. She did not get killed. She's here with us, and she's the sweetest cat. We love her.
Colossal demon.
So, Yogi came from the pound, and all I'm trying to say, people, is these doggies and these cats, they deserve your love. I have a cat right now molesting my hand, and she came from outside. She was a stray, quote, feral, end quote, cat. But
I think if
she's
you go back enough episodes, you can hear about the kittens she had and the reason we rescued her.
bingo. And she's not feral. She's got PTSD, but she's not feral. And that's that, people. I think that we're going to end this on a positive note. What do you think? You think positive note?
Positive note.
All right, then.
Good night, everyone.
Hasta la bye-bye.
Hi, everyone. This is Mike, and I truly hope you enjoyed this show. You're able to subscribe to this show on iTunes, Google Play, and Stitcher so as to never miss an episode. If by chance you did miss an episode here or there, you can catch up on all shows, past and present, by heading over to yogispodcastnetwork.com/TNR show. Thanks for listening.